Yeah, what a great time to have our pitching staff really step it up and give us a great outing. You know, four guys came in and did a tremendous job. Obviously, Colin Fisher, starter, first time out, 5 innings, no walks. Made him swing the bat, which we loved, and not a lot of super hard contact, and played pretty solid defense behind him. A really nice play by guys. I think my shortstop ran and caught a ball. My left fielder made a couple diving catches, and just pretty solid there until the ninth when we don't make a throw. Didn't walk a hitter until the last inning. So just a great job by our staff. And then offensively, just enough. Had some good at bats, swung the bat pretty good early in a couple innings, but didn't drive in some runs. That's kind of the thing. We've got to start picking up some runs when we have an opportunity. And a lot of times it's with 2 outs. That's how you build up a lead or catch up. And yeah, just good win. The big difference between winning 3 out of 4 and winning 2-2 in an opening series like this.
With Fisher, were you hoping to get 5 innings, or did he maybe exceed your expectations a little bit there?
Well, he actually stayed under his pitch count. We could have sent him back out if we wanted to, but we just felt like 5 was enough. We didn't know. If he'd had to work out a couple jams and he'd have only been able to, go 4 innings with 70, 75 pitches, we'd have got him. But, I think he threw low 60s, it seems like. And he looked like he was in pretty good control out there. I think 1 inning, they started a little rally with 2 outs and he got out of it. So, we had some guys that once we got to the 5th, we could go an inning or 2 with. It's like Cody. I mean, Cody had a really good inning, and he could have gone out again, but he just threw the other day. And Will, we were kind of thinking 1, but he really wanted to go back out, and we thought, hey, it'd be nice if he could go another one. And then with Stone, we almost went right-handed there, but we're trying to maybe rest Wood a little bit. And, once Stone got the leadoff guy out, that's the matchup. So we wanted to go get the lefty, and that's who he walked. Other than that, he pitched great. So it was just a good day on the mound, a quick game, with that time limit on there. Didn't even really even think about it. Once at the 3rd inning hit, I thought, well, I don't think this is going to play out. So we're not going to have to worry about a clock, because I've said it many times. I don't like coaching sports with a clock. Okay. Let's just play that in the number outs we're supposed to get and go from there.
I think you referenced an outing by Fisher at the very beginning of the preseason where he was really good for a couple innings. Is that maybe when you kind of felt like, hey, this could be a guy that starts for us, or was it back during the fall? Like, when did you think that was a possibility?
We thought he would be a starter when we recruited him. And then you never know, but he's always thrown strikes and he's always had an off-speed pitch. And remember when we first saw him, we loved his curveball and thought he had a good changeup. And obviously his fastball was going to be pretty good. And a couple of years later when we get him here, his changeup's really good. And it's gotten better and better. He's still a strike thrower and he competes well. He works quick. He can pitch both sides of the plate. So you're thinking, hey, this is a starter type guy.
You mentioned the throwing error there in the 9th, but I think only 3 errors for you guys across 4 games. Just how pleased were you with the defense as a whole this weekend?
I mean, we didn't make an error the first 2 games. We made 3 in the last 2. Yesterday, wasn't a great game for us in the field. Today we had a pitcher pick off and then that throw there in the 9th that, the ball had a weird spin on it. It actually jumped back to the fielder's left. Once he feels the ball is under control, make the throw. If it had been a really tough off-balance play, you can understand that a little bit more. But we'll, I was real pleased with the defense. It even could have been better.
Flipped Hudson and Kendall today. Just could you walk us through that and Hudson specifically? Just how good is it to see him first series with you guys really have a good weekend?
Yeah, my thinking is let's let Hudson hit second, not be the first hitter for our team in the game. Like Kendall's done it a little bit. And then, I already knew that I was going to hit and run with Hudson first pitch just to try to change our luck a little bit and kind of get it going, do some things. And it, you know, worked out because their second baseman panicked a little bit and threw that ball away. Runners to second, third, no outs. And, you know, we ended up scoring both of those runs. But, you know, not a lot of thought went into that. Just, you know, Hudson White, you know, was probably going to be our 2-hole hitter if Stovall was healthy. That's kind of the way we were going to run it.
Seemed like Cody Frank was really solid in his 2 appearances this weekend. What did you like in his first games back from injury?
Well, he's every bit as good as he was before he got hurt. And, you know, he threw harder today than he did the other day. And I think that probably has to do that it was really cold. But he is what we know he is. He knows how to pitch, and he works super fast, gets the ball, and he's ready to go. He throws everything he throws, it's around the zone. He doesn't have too many bad misses, and he can frustrate the other team. He can get you some quick outs. They may give up a hit or two, but he usually finds a way to wiggle out of it. And our guys, I would think, would play really good defense behind him because, man, he's getting it and going. And there's not a lot of sitting around waiting.
Jason Jones had a couple nice plays in left, barreled up a few balls. What do you think about his performance?
Yeah, it was really good to see him. He swung the bat really well in batting practice today on the field. First time we've hit on the field since last week sometime. I felt like Friday, and again, it might have been because of cold weather, a little stiffer and slower today. It was loose and free in BP basically. And then that's what I saw in the game. And you take away the breaking ball that he saw it all the way. It was a 2-0 count. At the time we had a 3-run lead, and I don't know if there was 1 out at the time or no outs. He swung at a bad pitch, but he saw it big. If it would have been in the zone, I think he would have crushed it, but it was not. It was out of the zone. It looked like maybe a little in. But I really liked his at-bats today compared to the other day, for sure. And his defense, those weren't easy plays, especially the first one, coming and getting it off that lefty first pitch of the game. He tried to bushwhack it right there, and he smacked it, and it was sinking. The wind was pushing it down, and he did a great job there.
Then Bahiva had that one play in left where it looked like Jason could have caught it, but then somehow Bahiva came up with it. What?
Unbelievable play.
Okay.
It was so we had just moved Jason deep and more towards center. And then you saw where he hit it. And then the wind pushed it that way as well. And I thought nobody was going to catch it. And it was a really an amazing play. I bet he ran 60 yards to get it. I don't know, somewhere in there. I kind of kidded with the behavior when he came in. I said, hey, I know who my backup center fielder is now. He kind of got a kick out of it because that was a really good play.
You started 3 different catchers in 4 days. Just kind of what's the state of play after the first series?
You're working on that catcher thing, aren't you, man? Every time you'd be with that catchers. Hey, you know, I just felt like we had a freshman going today and put our veteran catcher back there and let him handle it. And I thought he did a great job. That's kind of the thinking, you know. Is there a pecking order? I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. Is it all about defense? Is it mix in some offense? I mean, they're all good. They're not all the same. So, yeah, good problem to have, I guess.
With throwing a shutout and getting some pretty good offense, would you say that the team played pretty much a complete game?
I'd say pretty much. You know, if there would have been a couple more at bats that would have gone a little bit better with runners in scoring position, and maybe we make that play in the 9th, I would have said this was our best game in the 4 for sure. Definitely our best pitch game because everybody that went out there filled up the zone and got ahead in the count. And you know, it's what you want if you're a defender. You want to be on your toes all the time. They were swinging, we were throwing strikes, so their philosophy over there, let's just hit the first one available that we can get. And that's why the game lasted like 2 hours and 6 minutes. You know, on our side, I liked our approach at the plate. You know, we're not near what we're going to be offensively.
Yeah, I was going to ask you for maybe your top takeaways from the 4 games, things you maybe learned about them.
Well, the first 2 I've kind of forgotten about because I was so cold. But you know, it's just that I think we've learned a lot about our team. You know, you kind of find out just about the individual and maybe their mindset in a game compared to maybe a scrimmage when it's loose. And now you got people in the stand. I really don't want to make too many comments publicly, but there's some guys that they need to relax a little bit and play the game and just kind of take practice to the game, work out to the game. And it's just a game, you know, and change your mindset a little bit. And I think when that happens, we'll see some guys elevate. But, you know, we've got to do a better job running the bases. And we've got to do a better job of, and it comes and goes throughout the season, but we got to drive in some runs.
So you got a bigger spotlight coming this weekend with some big name teams. And your thoughts about heading into that one?
Well, you know, don't take anything away from the team we just played. They're really good. And I know one of their better players was sick and, you know, they got a little short on pitching, but they're solid. They don't really beat themselves. Now, what we're going to start see from, you know, this weekend is we're going to see some elevated velocity coming on the mound. And, you know, so that's going to make the competition ramp up. And neutral site, it's going to be a super big challenge for us I'm looking forward to seeing how we play, honestly. How do we react when we get there? And I think when we walk away on Sunday afternoon, we'll have a lot better feel of what we're all about or what we really need to work on.
You mentioned the first couple of games, Eloy might have been pressing a little bit offensively, but last couple of days he's got a few hits. Just do you feel like he's, you know, kind of found a groove a little bit there offensively?
Yeah, I don't really think he was pressing. I think he did not like being frozen. He's from Maui. And I mean, you know, nobody did, but you know, it's going to affect some guys worse than others. I got guys on my team that are from Kansas and Kansas City and Missouri and all over, and they played in this stuff. Junior college guys that played in Kansas where there's no trees and the wind never stops blowing. So they're used to playing in that. But, you know, he played his whole career in high school career in Hawaii. And then he goes to the West Coast. You know, he hadn't played in that stuff. That's probably about the third or fourth coldest day I've ever been in on a baseball field. And I coached in Nebraska for 5 years. So it's, you know, he's fine. I mean, I got a couple more hits today, got a couple yesterday, and he hasn't really got into one yet. And he's fine.
Now it's been a couple of days since his outing. Just what have you seen from Hagan? Have you had any conversations with him? How do you get the sense that he's itching and ready to go for this weekend?
My conversations with Hagan are, hey, look forward to watching you pitch Friday night. I ask him how his dog's doing. I don't talk about pitching with Hagan. Hagan knows how to pitch. He's fine. I'm not worried about it.
Was the plan always to bring Will back today, you know, after what he did on
we
Friday?
wanted to go at least one inning. Then he just strikes out the side on not a bunch of pitches, but, you know, that was a big inning. We sent him back out. If we get through the eighth, we thought, hey, let's just go with it. This was a big game for us. You don't play good like yesterday and nothing really goes your way. The guys knew that we really needed to play well in this game. Win or lose, we needed to play well, but we really needed to try to find a way to win it, and we did. And so it was kind of a leverage inning, and he felt great. He keeps telling us, he told us all year, all summer as well, I want to pitch 2 times on the weekend. Every chance I get, I'll pitch on Tuesday. Sometimes he said he just feels better if he's out there throwing and pitching the games, maybe not so much throw bullpens, you know, just get ready in the games.